Hi, I'm Nicole Roberts-Jones, and welcome to The Fierce Files. Now, what I know for sure is that one of life's greatest gifts will meet you when you go after your more. And so here is why I share with you thought-provoking insight and behind-the-curtain conversations with women who have reached the pinnacle of success because they went after their more. Now, I really want you to get this. One idea from these episodes can make a remarkable difference, not just in your career, but in your life. And I want to make sure you join the conversation in our Facebook group. So go to findyourfiercemovement.com. Now grab your pen and get ready for today's session of The Fierce Files. Hello and welcome to this episode of The Fierce Files. Now, for years, I held an online virtual summit called the Slay Summit, which was the catalyst to The Fierce Files. So every now and then, I will share with you our most popular interviews from that summit. So listen in as I share with you one of our most requested.
I hope you can feel the fire because there is fire on this line right now, and I'm super excited to introduce you to her. So her name is Dr. Karmetria Dunham Burton, and she is the Director of Supplier Diversity for Delta Airlines. And let me tell you, this woman has so many awards that, she has been named the rising star in her field, right? She's won awards from the Black Business Professionals, Who's Who in Black Atlanta, Top 25 Women Impacting Diversity, and I can go on and on about her achievements in just the field of diversity. But here's the thing that makes this woman on fire. She didn't stop there. See, this woman is also the founder of the Paint Your Lips Red movement. It's a platform to encourage, motivate, and empower women through the power of a red lip. Now, she's an international speaker, coined as the transformational leader. She's an advocate of servant leadership with the ability to transform and motivate executives and entrepreneurs to become fearless, impactful, resourceful, and engaged leaders. So now you can see why I said there's fire on the line. So please help me welcome Dr. Karmetria. Hey, girl.
Hello. Hey, thank you so much. I'm thinking, that's a woman I need to know. So thank you for that. That is really, that's a woman I need to know. So thank you.
Girl, you're so busy doing it, you don't even realize how powerful and how impactful you've been. Now, before I start pouring into questions, because I think it's so, I think it's just remarkable the work you're doing through Paint Your Lips Red. So will you tell the ladies a little bit about the movement?
Yes. So the Paint Your Lips Red movement, ladies, it's a call to action. It is taking the power of a red lip from no longer being a fashion statement to a call to action. And as you know, red lips have been around for decades, and I'll tell you how the movement started. A few years ago, I shared in the responsibility with my mother in taking care of my grandmother. She had become very ill, and we decided to be her care providers. And so many people are doing that nowadays, and I just give my hats off to those people because that is a labor of love. And my grandmother would have so many doctor's appointments during the day, between the doctor's appointments, the physical therapies, the medication. Every morning when she would wake up, right after she would say her prayer for the day, but before she would take her medicine, she would say, "Hand me my red lipstick." And I went,
I love it.
Really, Big Mama? Really? You know, we got 4 doctor's appointments today. Hand me my red lipstick. But it dawned on me, God rest her soul, that was her shield for the day, right? Dialysis, blood drawn, 2 hours of physical therapy. She was showing up through her red lip, her boldness, her courage. She was doing it afraid. And it just made her feel better, and it made her look good, right? And so that is something, when she went on, I said, you know what? There's something about that red lipstick. It's something in it. And I began to do research, and I called my girlfriends, and all my girlfriends were like, girl, yeah, if I have on red lipstick, I'm doing it. I'm taking names, you know, and making it happen that day, or I'm serious, or I want to get noticed, or I want you to, you know, I don't want you to see my lips, but I want you to hear what's coming out of my lips, right? So it said to me that women know the power of a red lip, right?
Now,
be fierce, be fearless, and be feminine.
And I'm going to stop you right there. I want every woman that is claiming that they know the power of a red lip, right, that they're going to own their boldness, their courageousness, and they're willing to do it afraid. I want you to post in our Facebook group right now. I want you to say, yes, I'm claiming the power of a red lip.
Yes.
Right? And then I want you to tag Karmetria in that too, right? So that's so good, and I love how just that one moment shifted everything. And, girl, you know, I have to tell you, yesterday I put on a red suit. I said, ooh, I got to put on a red lip just for my girl.
Of course.
And it really literally does. It shifts. It's more than just your look. It shifts how you be.
Yep.
So I love how
it shifts how you show up.
Yeah. Yeah. So I love how you've used that. So tell me, you know, seeing your journey, right, and hearing it and reading it, but seeing it and knowing who you be. Tell us, you know, how showing up powerfully has really helped you say yes to your more.
So, I have always had, I've been fortunate enough to always have a seat at the table in corporate America, right? So have done well in my jobs, have excelled, have been, in key decision-making roles. But for some reason, I would say, 5-7 years ago, and it's just recent as 2 years ago, I wasn't using my voice, right? I began to dim my light. And I talk to women all across the world. These are women making strides and differences, but there are so many dimensions to us, and all of us at some point have lacked the confidence, right? We didn't speak up. We didn't show up. We dimmed our light. We didn't defend ourselves. We didn't use our voice. For whatever reason, we were afraid. We were afraid of being stereotyped. We were afraid of people saying, she deserved it, or we were afraid of people saying she doesn't deserve a seat at the table. So many things. And I found myself really kind of dimming my light and not leaning in, but leaning back when I'm in meetings or key decision making. I wouldn't say anything for several reasons. One, I was afraid. Two, the idea that I would bring to the table, if Bob said the same thing, he would get the credit and not me. Right? Or three, why did she just say that? Or what do you mean? Or can you say it again? Or four, not being taken seriously for what I had to say.
Right.
And I was just sitting in a meeting one day and saying, you know what, Karmetria, you have earned a seat at the table, and you need to use your seat at the table.
Right.
And I began to shift my thinking and my confidence and just to be bold and authentic and unapologetic.
And tell me,
so there's a responsibility. We have a responsibility, when we get to a certain level in our careers, that we have a responsibility to lean in and to help others or to give back and to use our voice. Because if we don't, it stops there.
Right. And I love how you said you in that moment you became bold and authentic and unapologetic. So tell us, what does that look like?
That looks like owning your voice, listening to your gut. Your gut is God uttering time out.
Yeah.
Right? So, ladies, God has already planted the seed in us of what to say and do. We just need to act on it because he's there to support us and give us the words and the people and the resources to carry it out. So honor your gut. Whatever you feel that's stirring on inside, if it's an idea, if it's something you want to say, honor that because that's God speaking through you, right? That's God uttering time out.
Yes, I was just going to ask you, said it again. That's good. God uttering time out.
That's your gut.
Right. I was telling one of the other guests, I can't remember who, because, I've had so many conversations now, that your first mind is your God mind. And then everything after that, all your second guessing and, what if people aren't ready for this? And am I smart enough? Am I good enough? Will people accept it? All of that is all the chatter that's going to keep you from that first mind, from that gut reaction. So I absolutely love that. And I love how in that moment with your grandmother, right, what'd you call her, Big Mama?
Big Mama, yep.
Yep. Look, I call my grandmother, I used to call her Granddear, right? So, because I was the first grandchild, and I put Granddear with Big Mama, and it with Mother Dear, and it became Granddear. Girl, it was crazy. But anyway, how in that moment your gut check was the red lip, was that bold, authentic, unapologetic her going in, even in despite not feeling 100%, even despite going through what she was going through, she still was going to show up and be her. I love that. I love that. I love that.
That's it. And something you said, we have to stop playing the mind games with ourselves as women. I'm not good enough. I don't speak well enough. I'm not educated. I didn't deserve it. Yes, you do. And yes, you did. Right? Stop the mind games. Stop the negative self-talk. Right?
Yeah.
And honor that gut. Honor the way, so you said that God mind. God is speaking to you. Because that's all it is. We just need to honor that.
Yep. So when was the time in your business? Because now you have a 9-to-5, and it's not just any 9-to-5. She has a big 9-to-5, you guys, and I know you travel a lot for both businesses, dare I say, and your mom and a wife, right? So
yes.
When was the time that in your business where you knew that? Oh no, let me say it this way: what did you have to let go or give up to be able to do it all?
I just wrote an article on that. Nothing.
That's good.
Nothing.
That's good.
You know, I don't. Nothing. Because I think we as women can do it all and have it all if we prioritize, if we set boundaries, if we ask for help, and if we say no.
Yeah. Ooh, I love that. I always tell my clients, no is a complete sentence. You don't have to explain it. Because what happens when you explain to somebody, they're trying to talk you out of your no. It's like, no, I said no.
No, you prioritize, right? Ladies, prioritize. You delegate. People, and that means asking for help. Our loved ones in our circle, you know what, they really want to help us, but they don't ask because they think we got it all together. Yep. So, ladies, start delegating to your husband, your significant other, your boo, your bae, whatever it is, your kids, your team. And the problem with women is we are afraid that it's not going to get done our way. It doesn't matter as long as the outcome is the same, right?
Exactly.
So, ladies, ask for help. People in your circle want to help you, so ask for help. And then the other one is set boundaries. You know, stay away from the people that are negative. They don't see your vision. They're always complaining because guess what? Emotions are contagious. You ever talk to somebody that every time you talk to them, something is wrong?
Wait, hold on. We got to stop right there because she's dropping so many nuggets, right? Emotions are contagious. Somebody just needed that lesson today, right? Emotions are contagious. Now, go ahead. I just had to say that two more times because, again, somebody just needed that.
Think about it. If somebody comes to you crying, typically you'll start crying.
Right.
If somebody comes to you upset and yelling, typically you react to that. So you have to protect your energy. Yes. And I know we all have a friend that every time you talk to them, they're complaining, they're not happy, the job, the kids, the husband, whatever. Before you know it, that becomes your story. So you have to protect your energy from people, like set boundaries. Surround yourself with people that are high energy, that are moving, grooving, know your vision, can support your vision, aspiring to be higher just like yourself. So protect your energy. Protect your energy. That's so important.
That is.
And then just like you agreed to.
Go ahead, sorry.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. We get excited, girl.
Sometimes the thing that makes it really hard is as you're climbing, you think you're leaving people behind, but you got to understand everybody can't go with you. Right. And you're not trying to single them out, but if their energy is not matching, now when I say energy, I don't mean that they have to be doing the same job you're doing. I don't mean that they have to be starting a business like you are, but they've got to be someone that is pouring in, making deposits and not withdrawals. Because keep in mind, if you go to the bank and you keep withdrawing money and withdrawing money and withdrawing money and you're not putting any money in there, at some point your bank is going to keep your card, right? And say,
they're going to close it and the account's going to be closed.
Right. But so many of us don't do that to relationships that aren't working anymore. People that are taking and taking and taking and never pouring back in. So that's so good.
Set those boundaries. Set those boundaries. You have to. It's important. You know, and I've always heard love people from a distance. You can love people from a distance. Everybody can't go on your journey. Some journeys you got to walk alone, right?
Right.
Yeah, and so just set those boundaries and protect your energy. And just like we talked about, saying no, right? Yep. Saying no and not feel bad about it. Saying no, and no is so empowering, and just meaning it and owning the no, right? Respectfully declining. So I think we can have it all through those things: setting boundaries, saying no, protecting your energy, and delegating, asking for help.
That's so good.
We're going to stop here for a quick commercial break, and we'll be back for more. Are you ready to live in the true power of your gifts and talents and get paid for it? Hi, this is Nicole Roberts-Jones, and I'm inviting you to join me in a city near you for the Find Your Fierce Experience. Go to findyourfierceexperience.com to learn more. Listen, your fierce is the magic formula that so many successful, focused women just like you spin your wheels seeking, but sadly never find. So you get burned out and give up on the possibility of creating a business and a life that you actually love. But at the 4-hour workshop I'm sharing with you during the Find Your Fierce Experience, you will find the insight and action steps designed to give you everything you need to bankroll your brilliance. So go to findyourfierceexperience.com and see what city near you I'm coming to and grab your seat. I can't wait. An afternoon with me and you, of me giving you all you need to bankroll your brilliance. See you there.
Now, mind you, I could end right there because you gave so much, but I'm going to be bold enough to ask you if we wanted to be a woman that is claiming, not a woman that just puts on a red lip, a woman that stands in her red lip. What are the 3 steps or 3 things we must say yes to be able to do that?
So if you love the red lip movement and you appreciate what it stands for, I've kicked off the 5 by 20 pledge. I'm trying to get 5,000 women to sign this pledge by 2020, and it's 10 habits of women that paint their lips red. But to sum it all up, the red lip is just synonymous with being fierce, being fearless, and being feminine. We as women have to get back to femininity, right? Mm-hmm. We talk about bossing up and leading, and that's great, but ladies, we're still ladies, and that red lip is a feminine quality. Be a woman of courage, but be feminine, ladies, because I think being a lady brings that diversity of thought to the boardroom, to the classroom, wherever you are running your business. Remain feminine, and our male counterparts enjoy seeing that too, right, in a respectful, tasteful way. So be fierce, be fearless, and be feminine. Those are the 3 signs of the red lip.
You know I like the first one. I like them all 3, but you know I got to.
Of course, of course.
Fierce.
Right. Fierce factor, yes. Yes.
Well, listen. This let me just summarize. This girl has been dropping nuggets, and I hope you guys are taking notes. You hear me with the paper? That means I have a pen in my hand. I'm taking notes. Okay. So number 1, paint your lip red. Boldness, courageous, doing it afraid. Now, let me say this to you. I love that you said doing it afraid, because so many people think that they have to wait for fear to be gone. It's like, no, boo. You need to do it while you're afraid. Do it in the middle of fear, right? And here is one of the things she said, and I hope some of you guys heard yourself in this. I wasn't using my voice. I lacked the confidence. I was leaning back, and that empowered her in that moment to say, no, wait a minute. And that's when that bold, authentic, and unapologetic Karmetria began to come forward, right? And then she talked about listening to your gut, your God-uttering time out. Woo, that's so good. And then stop the mind games, right? Stop the mind games, the negative chatter, all the things that you're telling yourself what you can't do instead of looking at what you can do. Then she gave us a bonus 3 steps, right, when I asked her about being able to be a mogul, right, because that's what she's doing. She's a mogul with her business, and she's a big, dare I say badass, because I can't say that no other way, executive at her daytime job, right? And I got to say ass, because badass is no, I was like, what other word can I say? No, I need to say badass. Executive. So she said you got to prioritize. You've got to ask for help. I love that, because so many people think you've got to do it by yourself. But if God wants you to do it by yourself, you'd be on this earth by yourself, right? You've got to delegate. You've got to set boundaries. Emotions are contagious. And then she had the nerve to say, protect your energy. And I mean have the nerve in a good way, because, you know, she was stepping on my toes, because I've always got to be mindful. You know, so often when we want to serve people, we forget to look at the energy that they're putting in the space and call it out, because some people don't even realize they're putting negative energy in the space. And if they want to keep doing it, that's their choice, and you've got to be willing to let them go. And then she gave us the 3 steps. Now, there are 10 steps, and I'm going to ask her in a minute to tell you where you can go sign the pledge, because you got to sign the pledge. If you're in the Slave Summit, you need to sign the pledge. So I'm going to ask you in a minute, Karmetria, to tell them. But listen, she gave us the 3 steps, or 3 actions you got to take to be a woman that is claiming the red lip movement, which is fierce, fearless, and feminine. Now listen, for far too long, women with game-changing ideas, and I should say game-changing women, had these abilities, they had these dreams, and they put them on the back burner. This is why I love Karmetria, because she was already successful in her own right. But then when she had that inkling in her spirit, in that moment with her big mama, she said, oh, I'm not going to put this on the back burner. I'm getting ready to go and stand in it. So you don't have to settle for a career that pays you well, and that be it. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That's a good thing. But that doesn't have to be it for you, because here's the thing I want you to get. There is more for you. And sometimes you just don't know how, or where to look for the tools, or where to turn those passions into possibilities, or dare I say, into a profitable, meaningful business. You've given us so much. Tell the ladies where they can go to sign the pledge.
Yes. And ladies, if you want to be a part of history and if you want to stand with the other tribe of women that are looking to level up their lives like you are, I want you to go to paintyourlipsred.com. And there's a section on there that will say sign the pledge. The pledge, don't be misled by the word, it's free, right? It doesn't cost anything. You are just signing and standing with other women that are believing in 10 habits. And the habits are you will show up every day. You will live an authentic life. You are a woman that will not compete, but will collaborate with other women. You will practice self-care. Oh, that's a big one for me this year. You will be authentic. You will do it afraid. You will be bold, courageous, fearless, feminine, and you will wear the power of a red lip and watch the magic that can happen. So it's paintyourlipsred.com. Sign the pledge. It will take you all of 6 seconds to sign it. You'll get an email from us with all the 10 habits of women who paint their lips red. And I look forward to you being a part of the tribe, ladies.
And let me say this to you, Karmetria, it does cost them something. It costs them their courage and their conviction. Because here's what I know. Because you're here on the Slay Summit, you are convicted to do something bigger than where you already are. Because you are with us in the Slay Summit, listening to all these powerful women, how could you hear Karmetria's story and not want to do more? This girl, I don't know when she sleeps, right? So how could you not want to move to your next level? How could you not want to sign the pledge and stand fully in your courage and your conviction? So with all of that said, let's end with this. What's your favorite book right now? Like or a book you would recommend to our virtual listeners?
Man, I am a voracious reader. I think, leaders are readers.
You have time for that too. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
But there are a few that I have read and enjoyed. One has been Lean In by Sheryl Sandberg. The other one has been The 4 Agreements. Where it talks about, I love that book.
I love that book,
There's one more.
And by the way, ladies, The 4 Agreements is a quick read because it's a small book.
It is. It's very small, and it just talks about quit taking things personally. Your word is your bond, and it is just very good. And Brene Brown is another one of my favorite authors.
I love her. Yeah. Oh, I love her. Everything she writes, I just love everything about her.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a breath of fresh air. So Lean In, The 4 Agreements, and anything by Brene Brown, I think, are all winners. And you have to protect your energy. And the way you protect your energy is reading things that fuels you, that satisfies you, right, that are delicious to your soul.
Come on, girl.
Not just to your palate, but to your soul, that makes your soul leap. And so, ladies, that's the point that we all need to be in, right now. Your job and your title, those things don't define you. Those are not who you are. That's what you do. But when you walk in your purpose, that's delicious living. That's delicious living, I promise.
And it begins to define the legacy you'll leave. So when you leave this world, how will you be remembered? How will you impact the world and make a difference? Right?
Yep.
And so that is so critically important to me. So thank you, Dr. K.
And to your point, and to your point, Ms. Fearless, before you go, you're right, leaving the world. When you sign this pledge, your signature will stand the test of time, right? So when you go back and somebody's looking at all these women that signed this PYLR pledge and you're not here with us anymore, God rest your soul, your signature will say that you stood for something.
Yes.
And that is what you will leave behind. So,
Yes, I love it.
Let's do it, ladies. Let's do it.
Yes, thank you, girl. Thank you for being here and sharing and giving us such great insight.
Thank you for the platform. Thank you for all you do to equip women with business and giving them tools and all that to make it happen. This is the year of the women, and other women like you are just making that reality, making that dream a reality for so many of us. So thank you. Thank you, my dear.
Girl. Yay, thank you.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of The Fierce Files. Now, I want you to walk away from these episodes with value, so grab your pen and answer either one or all three of these questions. Number 1, what was your greatest takeaway? Number 2, what would you do differently as a result of what you heard? So you may have heard something you've already heard before, or you may have learned something new. Either way, don't take the insight that was shared with you for granted. So commit to doing one thing different because of what you heard. Number 3, what was confirmation for you? What did you hear that confirmed you're on the right path? See, I want you to take a moment and celebrate you. Too often in our journey, we focus on what we're not doing and we forget to celebrate what we are doing. So what was something that showed you that you're headed in the right direction? Now, I want you to share your answers. Share your answer to either number 1, what was your greatest takeaway? Number 2, what would you do different? Or number 3, what was confirmation for you? And share it in our Facebook community. So go to findyourfiercemovement.com and use the hashtag FierceFiles. Now, each experience we encourage, support, and celebrate as a community. It allows us to expand in possibility and wisdom, in encouragement and love. Now, we've invited you into our community to deepen our journey with being the answer someone needs and in being committed to your next level. So until the next time, be extraordinary, be unapologetic, be bodaciously you, go and be fierce.